What's going on, everyone? My name's Obi, and welcome back to the Courtside Financial Podcast, the podcast where we talk about business and technology. We've got three stories to talk about today. We've got Tesla facing a massive counterfeiting problem. We've got XPeng bringing some hype into the market with their G7 launch, and NIO shifting a really pivotal date that they do every year. So it's going to be a super interesting, super insightful video. Buckle up and stay tuned, because we're definitely going to bring you some great content today. So let me start with the elephant in the room, Tesla's full self-driving system. Well, in China, it's not just facing some competition, it's actually being counterfeited. We're talking about a full gray market industry that's actually selling Tesla's full self-driving software for a couple hundred yuan instead of the price tag that Tesla is selling it for around 64,000 yuan. Here's what's happening on major e-commerce platforms. You can find products that are called Tesla multifunctional modules that have sold over 69,000 units. That's not a typo, 69,000 units. And these modules claim to unlock some of Tesla's paid subscription features like full self-driving. This is coming at a price tag at around 700 yuan compared to what people should be paying for these things, 32,000 to 64,000 yuan. And the reviews are terrifying. People are saying things like truly freeing your hands or no need to hold the steering wheel while you're driving. But here's the reality. These modules are essentially hacking Tesla's safety systems. They're bypassing the steering wheel grip function that forces drivers to stay alert. Now, I gotta be crystal clear here and quite frank. This is dangerous as hell. One Tesla owner told reporters that just half a month after buying these modules, he experienced 2 crashes. Tesla's own official inspection found multiple safety or multiple system conflicts caused by these hacks that resulted in a $4,000 bill, which the company that was selling the software without authorization to do so refused to cover the bill. Here's what's fascinating from a business perspective. There's a whole counterfeit or black or gray market for this stuff because Tesla's full self-driving prices are far more expensive than what a lot of the Chinese consumers are willing to pay. We're talking about 64,000 yuan versus 700 yuan knockoffs. That's a 91x price difference. Speaking of strategic moves, XPeng just launched what could be the EV industry's biggest headache yet as far as competition for them. I'm talking about the G7 SUV. The numbers are in and they're stunning. The starting price is 195,800 yuan. That's 67,700 yuan, or 25.69% cheaper than Tesla's Model Y. But here's where it gets interesting. XPeng didn't just compete on price. They went nuclear with technology. The G7 features XPeng's in-house AI chip, the Turing chip, and it has 2,250 TOPS of computing power. To put that in perspective, that's the highest smart driving computing power of any EV on the market today. The Ultra variant has 3 Turing chips, 2 for smart driving and 1 for cockpit services. They're calling it the first AI car with L3 computing power supporting VLA and VLM models. The VLA models enable active thinking and rapid decision making, while the VLM provides AI computing power that's 26 times more powerful than industry flagships. The charging specs are equally as impressive, with a 5C charging rate, meaning that this car can go from 0 to 80% in just 12 minutes. And the range is impressive too, 602 kilometers to 702 kilometers depending on the variant. Now let's talk about what this means for the broader market. XPeng delivered 197,189 units in the first half. That's a 279 year-over-year increase in deliveries that has already surpassed their entire cumulative deliveries for 2024, which was just over 190,000 units, 190,068 units. They're targeting double their 2024 volume, and quite frankly, it looks achievable. Meanwhile, Tesla's rollout of FSD in China is clearly facing some headwinds. On June 30th, Tesla officially announced FSD service for China, but the implementation is clearly struggling. The Pure Vision isn't performing well in China's complex road environment, and regulatory approval processes are creating some uncertainty. But here's the kicker. Chinese automakers are rapidly eroding Tesla's market space with localized solutions. As Ouyang Minggao, an academician at the Chinese Academy of Services, put it, originally I wasn't worried that Tesla's full self-driving would cause a turnaround, but now with DeepSeek, the risk has been reduced. And now for the move nobody saw coming, NIO shifting their most important annual event, NIO Day, from December to fall. This is their first major timing adjustment in 8 years. Why does this matter? Well, there's two reasons. First, they're launching their third generation of their ES8 luxury SUV during NIO Day. And second, they're explicitly stating that making this change enhances the cost effectiveness of the event. The phrase cost effectiveness is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. NIO's admitting that they need to be more strategic about their spending. Moving an entire event to the fall allows them to capitalize on the Q4 peak sales season and avoid the December holiday period when international participation is historically lower. The third generation ES8 has already appeared in regulatory filing and is showing that it's going to be much larger than its predecessor. The positioning for this car as a luxury 3-row flagship SUV shows that NIO is doubling down on the premium segment while their Envo sub-brand attacks the mass market. Let me connect the dots here. What we're seeing here is a fundamental shift in Chinese EV dynamics. Tesla's positioning is under attack from multiple angles. Counterfeiting on the low end, regulatory changes with FSD, and increasingly sophisticated Chinese competitors like XPeng on the high end. XPeng's G7 isn't particularly strategic. They're not just competing on price. They're leapfrogging Tesla on technology while simultaneously undercutting on cost. The 2,250 TOPS computing power versus Tesla's current offerings is a significant advantage. NIO's timing shift for NIO Day signals a more mature, cost-conscious approach. They're optimizing for business impact now, not just spectacle. Could we be witnessing the end of Tesla's technological dominance in China? I'll leave that up to you guys to address in the comments. I definitely want to hear your opinions. But the combination of regulatory pressure, counterfeiting issues, and more sophisticated local competition is creating the perfect storm. XPeng's G7 represents the new reality. Chinese-made competitors aren't just catching up, they're potentially pulling ahead on key metrics while maintaining cost advantages. For NIO, the strategic pivot shows that they're adapting to a more competitive environment. The focus on cost effectiveness and timing optimizations shows that they're gearing up for a war. As for the broader market implications, the Chinese EV market is becoming increasingly competitive day by day, month by month, year by year. Local players are using advanced technology and aggressive pricing to further gain more global dominance. Tesla's response to these challenges will be crucial for their long-term position in the world's largest EV market, China. So I'm gonna watch this space closely. The next 6 months will determine whether Tesla is still the top dog or not. This is super interesting to watch. I am invested in NIO, but aside from having money on the line, it's such a spectacle. It's super interesting to watch and see how things pan out, and we're watching history being written every day. I hope you guys look at it that way as well. I lost my train of thought, but that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys found it interesting, insightful, at the very least entertaining. I find this stuff entertaining. Well, we'll catch you in the next episode. I hope everyone has a great 4th of July holiday. 4th of July is Friday tomorrow, so we will not be posting. We'll resume content on Monday, but take care of yourselves and celebrate responsibly. This is Obi with the Courtside Financial Podcast, signing off. Goodbye.